because I don't have one for wine.
Okay. Sava, 4 minutes out.
Rise to welcome His Eminence Metropolitan Evangelist of Jersey, accompanied by the President of the Federation, Mr. Savas Civicos.
Bog să vă trece ochii πνεύματι και νύχτες του σώματος αμήν και ελέησον δέσποτα η βοήσον.
Εις Θεόθος ευλόγος και την πόρτα του δούλου σου, ότι άγισε πάντοτε, Kyrie, εις τους αιώνας των αιώνων, να μην Lord, our bless the food and drink of your servants, now and always to the age of ages. Amen. Enjoy.
Your Eminence Metropolitan Evangelist, Consul General of Greece, Mr. Iliopoulos, Consul of Cyprus, Mr. Konstantinou, Senate President, Senator Srini, President of the Federation, Mr. Savas Civicos, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name, for those who don't know it, is Stratiadis, and as chairman of tonight's event, welcome you to the 4th annual of the Hellenic Federation of New Jersey. Adjusting my height here. Before we start tonight's proceedings, I want to express my thanks to certain people. I want to thank those who labored for this event, starting with the prior chairman and current president, Savas Civicos, worked on the committee for several months before being elected president a month ago and taking over on the 1st of January, at which time we switched jobs. And also thank the committee that's listed on the program, and especially our event planner, Despina Axakis, who spent a lot of time working on it. I also want to thank our sponsors. Without them, tonight's event would not be possible. They are all listed in the program, but I want to make special mention of the grant benefactors. 3 grant benefactors we had: Investors Bank, Bank Gregorian Enterprises, and the late Nicholas Buras, in one of the last acts of kindness before his passing, they took a sponsorship for this event. May his glory be eternal. I also want to acknowledge the in-kind contribution of Mr. and Mrs. Kionis. This is the flowers that they gave to a nice event, and you can enjoy them at your tables. I wanted to thank all of you for your support, which is especially deserving because today we're honoring a person who being a key factor in the success of our federation, His Eminence Metropolitan Evangelos of New York. In my case, I want to state again, as I have said many times, that during my 4 years as president of the Federation, he was one of the main reasons of our success with his advice and his support. So for that eminence and for all you have done for Hellenic Orthodoxy, I want to thank you. And now we're about to start our proceedings, and I will leave you will not hear from me again tonight. But first, I want to introduce our Master of Ceremonies and explain my thinking in choosing him. When I started as president of the Federation 4 years ago, I made a commitment, and I joined that commitment by the entire executive committee, to reach out to the youth of our community and bring in the new generation of leaders in the Hellenic community of New Jersey. So we reached out to the universities and started meeting or bringing in as members existing Hellenic clubs in the universities. Today, we have 9 Hellenic societies members of the Federation. And several of them are represented tonight in 2 tables of students that we have. And then when we had our election a month ago, we all decided to promote the young people. We elected 2 young ladies in their 20s as officers of our federation, becoming one of the youngest of Hellenic federations in the country. And so I thought, as Master of Ceremonies, we should also have a young person, somebody who is going to be the new generation of leaders. And we chose a young man who has had a long history in the youth organization of our community. He was past district governor of the Sons of Peace, past supreme treasurer of the Sons, has been a recent graduate of Rutgers University, an engineer, an inventor, and entrepreneur. And he is also the son of our president, Savas Civicos. So I want to introduce Mr. Haralambos Civicos to the microphone. And it is in honor of his family that he accepted my invitation to serve today. Thank you, Haralambos.
Ευχαριστώ, Τάσο. Your Eminence, Metropolitan Evangelos, Senate President Sweeney, current President of the Federation, Savas Civicos, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor to serve as your Master of Ceremonies this evening for the 4th Annual Awards Banquet of the Federation of Hellenic Organizations of the State of New Jersey. And indeed, not just a banquet or awards banquet, but honoring a great individual who I've been very fortunate to have called a part of my life for many years, and to commemorate the 10th anniversary of his appointment as the Metropolitan of the metropolis of the great state of New Jersey. When they first approached me, it was kind of an situation. I had arrived home about 2 weeks when I noticed my father was acting especially kind towards me. Not that he isn't always kind towards me. I said, you know, either he hit the lottery and he's not telling me, or something's going on here. He said, I said, okay. So, you know, we were discussing it, and His Eminence and the Federation would love it if you would be the Master of Ceremonies. We're trying to get that younger feel in the house. I said, well, you gotta let me handle the microphone for about an hour. It sounds like it could be fun, so sure. So he said, wow, that was easy, painless. So days later, we were at the Vasilovita cut at the Metropolis, and Tassos approached me and he said, "Haralambe, you're aware of what we need you to do for us?" I said, "Yes, Tassos, and I'm on board." And he almost a little taken aback that it was so easy. And well, you know, I thought about it. You're asked to introduce people that I've been fortunate enough to grow up alongside my entire life to people that I've been fortunate to grow up alongside my entire life. So if this isn't easy, then I think I have issues. So let's give it a shot. And here, so again, it's a great honor. I'm so for the privilege to appear before you this evening. As you see, I'm going to do everything I can to move this along as quickly as possible. We're going to start off with our national anthems, as His Eminence already does with the invocation. And I'd like to call to the microphone, please, Ms. Aphrodite Daniels, to lead us in our national anthems, please. Aphrodite.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket glare, those bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Σε γνωρίζω την κόψη του σπαθού την τρομερή. Σε γνωρίζω την όψη που μετράει τη γη. Απ' τα κόκκινα βγαλμένη των Ελλήνων τα ιερά και σαν πρώτα αντριωμένη ο χέρ ελευθεριά και σαν πρώτα αντριωμένη και ο χέρ ελευθεριά και σαν πρώτα αντριωμένη και ο χέρ ελευθεριά.
So now, as our speaker has prior engagements he has to attend, we're going to begin quickly with the service. We're very fortunate to have many great friends in the community that have fought for the causes of Greek, Cyprus, our church, the Patriarchate. And our first speaker, of course, has been a champion of these causes for us in the state. For many years, rising through the ranks of the state of New Jersey's politics, he now finds himself as the president of the New Jersey State Senate. It's my great privilege to introduce to you our speaker, Senate President, the Honorable Stephen Sweeney.
Thank you. It is a great honor to be here this evening, and I'm really hitting off with the Emirates. He's an amazing person just from the short period of time that I've had the opportunity. Now, I didn't get to where I am in politics without learning a few things. And the one thing I did learn, never complaints about a short speech, right? So I just want to be here this evening. Where I live in the southern part of the state, I have a wonderful relationship with the Greek community, and I know what religion means and how it plays a major role in this community. So I wanted to come up and, I'm not going to bother you, Emirates, I'll leave this here, but we have a proclamation from the Senate and the Assembly to present to you in recognition of the anniversary Again, I want to congratulate everyone for being here and supporting this event. And so I look forward to meeting you in the future. We're going to have lunch hopefully very soon, and after Easter. No sense going during Lent, that's for sure. I want to be able to really work with the community to address its concerns. Again, it's a thrill to be here. Your Eminence, thank you for your hospitality and your kindness, and we have a lot in common. We love our fathers. Thank you.
Senator, stay. He's going to come around.
I don't know how this works. He's, from what I just felt like I was home.
Άσο, πήγαινε άλλη μεριά. Έχεις πάει μπροστά. Θα του πει από εκεί. Για να σε βλέπουμε. Oh, the paparazzi here.
You don't know what's going to come out of them one of these days.
It's like yours to you.
Δεν πειράζει, τον έχω εμείς.
Ναι, λες και δεν έχει επαγγελματισμό.
Escort the senator. Escort the senator.
Thank you, Senator. That was indeed a well-deserved honor. Now I'd like to ask all of you to please just take a relax, get situated, enjoy your salad. Take a few moments to enjoy the salad as we wait a couple unexpected guests. All of you please enjoy. We'll see you momentarily. Please make your way to your seat. We're going to be beginning the services momentarily. May I have your attention, please? Your attention, please. Everybody, please quiet down. We're beginning the service now. May I please attention, everybody, please quiet down. We're going to be beginning. This is now. There we go. That's wonderful. We're almost there. Let's get there. Okay. We will now be beginning our program. We're very fortunate and honored this evening to have been accompanied by not two, by three members of the United States Congress, along with many distinguished guests. Unfortunately, Senator Menendez had to leave, but we now have two very fine representatives from the U.S. House of Representatives to begin our program. Our next. I'm very fortunate to say, growing up as a child, I ran into him a lot. And I knew him a lot at functions ranging from Greece and Cyprus and the church and everything in me. And oftentimes when I found myself standing in the corner feeling a little awkward because I was young and by myself, everybody else was mingling, I'd oftentimes run into a bar, sipping on a Coke, calmly and cool. And, but I realized that as humble and down to earth was, he had a master plan. He had conviction, he had dedication. I'd say that if we were to say that we had one individual in the House of Representatives that was the greatest champion of our causes, it'd be him. And I never thought I'd say this, but now I've got the mic, so I guess I have the opportunity, but I'm fortunate to call him a personal friend. It's my distinguished honor and a great pleasure to introduce to you the one and only, the Honorable Congressman Frank Pallone.
I just want you to know I was sitting there with Congressman Payne, and of course everything was so complimentary. I had to say thank you. And I said to Donald, I said, "Well, translate. You're old, Frank." Donald did that. I'm always when young people who I, knew from when they're really young and were very interested in politics and public speaking and all the other things. Actually, they grow up and they become so tremendous. They're such an example for all of us. He makes me feel like very old now, so no, I'm just kidding. Anyway, I just wanted to say, I guess they haven't had the presentation yet for the Politan, but I did want to, if I could, mention that I did bring something from the congressional record, bring him. And I'm always so pleased to be in his presence. To me, he epitomizes so much Hellenic culture and what it means to be a community servant. He's always jolly, so much caring, makes everyone feel like they're important and that they're the most important person in the room. And I thank you for all that and for your personality. But I also want to say that I thought it was particularly appropriate that you were getting the Alexander the Great Award. I give you a little bit solace that I'm very much, I wouldn't say a historian, but someone who's very interested in Hellenic culture and Greek culture my entire life. And I don't know if I should admit, there are times when I'll actually spend an evening reading books about Alexander the Great and exploits. And I always admired him for so many reasons that I'm not going to get into it tonight, other than to mention two things. One is, I always remind the fact that he was always the first person in battle. He led the battle as the king, or the emperor, his title was. Because if you know, so many people are sort of removed the battle scene, and they go ahead and they declare, they make decisions about war without actually being impacted. And so I always was impressed with someone who not only strategized the wars brilliantly, but also was the person that led the army into battle. But beyond that, the most important thing I think about Alexander the Great was that he spread Hellenic culture. And that's what this federation is all about. Alexander, we can talk about Athens, Pericles, and all the people that we admired in ancient Greece, but without Alexander, the culture would not have been spread throughout the known world. And that's what this federation is about, spreading culture. And that's what the Metropolitan is about, not only Hellenic culture, but also the Hellenic Christian culture. And so I admire all of you, and I think it's particularly appropriate that I can have the honor to present His Eminence, or at least be here while you present His Eminence, Alexander the Great Award. Congratulations.